Hello everyone! As you are all probably aware of by now, GOG just published Resident Evil 1 on their store. It's available for $9.99 US dollars on its own, but you can also buy Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 in a bundle for $24.99 as well. Now, RE2 and RE3 are not available yet on GOG, but this is a clear communication that they will be released on GOG very soon. I imagine they're going through some publishing rights and legal stuff, which is why RE2 and RE3 are not available yet. Anyway, what I'm going to show you today is how to install the Classic Rebirth compatibility patch by Gemini, which gives you better compatibility, better audio, better looking FMVs, bug fixes, and enables you to run mods. The GOG version of RE1 uses a DirectX wrapper made by GOG themselves, which, while it does a serviceable job at getting the game running on Windows 11, it's an unpatched version of the game with occasional frame rate spikes, bad audio,
Richard, what happened?
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
and the FMVs run at like 8 FPS with the same video decoder from 1996. Basically, all the GOG wrapper does is run a pretty one-to-one translation layer that runs all the system calls in a way that is compatible with Windows 11. It does the bare minimum to get the game running, which is good enough on its own, better than nothing, but we can do much, much better. Enter Classic Rebirth by Gemini. First, you need the game files from the Japanese version of the game. The reason for this is because Classic Rebirth was designed for the Japanese MediaKite version, which was the most up-to-date version of RE1 PC that people could get their hands on at the time Classic Rebirth was made. Don't worry, there's an English mode, we just need the Japanese files for file parity. When the Japanese version is done downloading, next we're going to open the folder. Click the slider menu, go to Manage Installation, then click Show Folder. We're going to poke around in the game's files. Don't worry, this isn't as hard as it sounds. Just take a few deep breaths and do what I do. Next, we've got to download some files. The links to the pages to get these files will be in the pinned comment. First, go to Google, then type in Classic Rebirth RE1. Click the first link. This will take you directly to the requisite page. Next, click Classic Rebirth DLL, then download. Then go back and hit High Quality Movies, then download. The third file we need is high quality audio. Don't download the one on Gemini's site, it's not up to date. The correct one can be found through PC Gaming Wiki, so we'll go there first, then type in Resident Evil. Then click the link to the forum post, then click the download link. Oops, I almost passed Carseed. There's a very important 1.01 patch we need for the game, also, which is downloadable on Gemini's page. With all 4 files in hand, let's move them into that Resident Evil GOG game directory we opened earlier. Movie_pack, MediaKite 1.01, and the zip file containing Classic Rebirth are all in your Downloads folder. Let's move those to the RE1 root directory. Considering the link containing the high-quality sound patch was downloaded from Mega, we may also need to go to Documents and then Mega Downloads to find it. Now, in the Resident Evil folder, open the MediaKite 1.01 archive. Then press Ctrl-C to copy, then go back to the Resident Evil directory, then hit Ctrl-V to paste it in the root directory. Replace the file. Next, we're going to copy over the Classic Rebirth.dll file. Right-click the archive, hit Open in New Window, then drag it over to the Resident Evil directory. But wait, why didn't I do it the same way for the last step? Just to piss you off. Next, we're going to do the same thing for the movie pack. Right-click it, hit Open in New Window, then drag the movie folder into the root directory. It must be the same directory as the biohazard.exe and the JPN folder. It must be next to the JPN folder, not in it. Lastly, we're going to implement the high-quality sound pack. This one is a little more complicated. We're not going to copy over all the files, because if we do, it'll mess up the movie pack. We'll open the archive in a new window, then open the JPN folder. Then copy the folders labeled Sound and Voice from the Archives JPN folder into the Games JPN folder. Replace the files. Then we're going to go one level up and copy the Biohazard DC and Biohazard DS.exe files into the root directory. Finally, right-click the biohazard_dc.exe file, then click Show More Options if you're on Windows 11. Then go to Send To, then click Desktop, Create Shortcut. We're ready to launch the game now. Opening the .exe will give you this dialog box and this menu. I like to set the resolution to full screen and turn on Quick Turn and Tactical Reload. Remember how I said we could play in English? Just uncheck Enable Japanese. Lastly, you can plug in whatever controller you want and change your keybinds. For Xbox, choose X input. For PlayStation, choose Direct Input. For all other options, choose whatever option until your controller shows up. I can't reasonably run through the gamut of controllers for all of you, so I'll have to leave it up to you to get your controller working on your own. Or ask somebody else, whatever. Now enjoy silky smooth FMVs and PlayStation quality audio. Personally, I don't play with the Seamless HD project patch, but because of how popular it is, I will make a video showing how to get that running next. Please stay tuned. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also be sure to check out my no damage runs of various Resident Evil games, also on this channel. Once again, thank you, and see you all next video.
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Rebecca Chambers. Albert Wesker. Resident Evil.